Okay, first time to say all praises, glory down to see how about Shemal Shah, about Shemal Dash. And your devil honest elders, apostle teachers, great millstone from learning truth, down to Shalom to the hopeful elect of Israel. And I'm gonna send this on Isaiah 61 and 1. And America is not our land, it's not our country. The mass of land and water that the nation of America was founded on, that belongs to us. But the idea of the nation of America, this is not our country. And I'm gonna read Isaiah 61 and 1 because just driving, like you guys see it everywhere, how our people are in they're in bonds, they're in bondage. And you may have the average American say, well, how are black people, how are the Israelites still in slavery? Through physical slavery. Well, technically, everybody in this entire world is in slavery, either through debt, having to rely on this system, or mental slavery. John 8:32 talks about, you shall know the truth, and the truth shall set you free. You shall know Yahweh Shai. Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai. You should know how, what they, their plans, how the world and how life is supposed to be run, and will be set free mentally. And an example of that is a pandemic, right? A lot of that showed that a lot of people will do what the so-called white man says when there's enough fear. The average American is a pussy and a fucking idiot. Because when push comes to shove, you Americans fucking fold under pressure. And once again, the so-called white man has you people's minds. A lot of y'all may talk shit against the government. A lot of y'all may talk about how tough y'all are, but when push comes to shove, a lot of you pussies took that fucking jab because the so-called white man told you to. A lot of y'all cracked under that pressure. You have him lobotomizing you. You have those Edomite colored chains wrapped around your fucking heads. And I just saw this elderly Israelite woman, old as fuck. It was on a walker. You see a lot of that walking. Like obviously just because they old don't mean they ain't some wicked, evil pieces of shit. They just old now. But something about our culture is that the elderly would be they would be honored. They'll be honored for their wisdom, achievements and whatnot. But you're not supposed to treat the elderly of your nation like shit, like the so-called white man does. Especially when you go into this whole retirement thing, they keep bumping up the retirement age. I work with people that's fucking limping with back braces, all types of old niggas in grocery stores, pushing big ass pallets of fucking water all the way across the store, doing work that young men should be doing. And there's the welfare system here in America is it's catered towards women. It's shit. And it promotes the whole system promotes the getting of men out of the house and being strong, independent single mothers. The divorce court, child support. You have women that would rather have a man, paid through child support rather than have a husband. You have a lot, and that's shackles on your mind, because they end up miserable as a result of that. This whole thing with living the American lifestyle. YOLO, do's thou wilt shall be the whole of the law. Love is love. That's all shackles, but also actual physical bondage. Going to our people, being stuck here, and having to go to your enemy for want of all things. These are the things you talk about when you talk about how our people are still in slavery. It's Isaiah 61 and 1. And it's more than anything, it's mental. It's physical, yes, but more than anything, it's mental and spiritual. The Spirit of the Lord, Yahweh Shema Shai, power is upon me, because the Lord hath anointed me to preach good tidings to the meek, which is us. He has sent me to bind up the brokenhearted, which is our people. What? From the sole of the foot to the head, the whole heart is sick. Putrefying sores, that can't be bound up or mollified with ointment. Going into the curses on our people, how they our people continue to get worse. And you take a look in the nigger news and you see that. To proclaim liberty to the captives, the opening of the prison to them that are bound, which is once again our people. Physically, yes, but more so physically, more than anything else, mentally and spiritually. Because you have our people that know that the American dream is bullshit, but they still cling onto it because they have nothing else. They don't have any hope in anything else. To proclaim the acceptable year of the Lord and the day of vengeance of our power, to comfort all that mourn. And once again, who's mourning? Our people. Now you can say that the heathen nations are mourning. Now they are. But for thousands of years, our people have been fucking mourning. You niggas are just complaining now because you start to feel the curses. But those that are mourning all this time are our people. Captivity after captivity. And what? One of the reasons why our people, they get into so many of these different vices, like why they're so hooked out on drugs, OnlyFans, being hoes, being faggots, doing all this shit. Am I justifying them? No, but this is just a simple fact. One of the reasons why, because those are nothing more than coping mechanisms to they're like damn near every job I worked during breaks, before the shift started, after the shift started. And I remember this, what was this, I think the day before yesterday, there was a Jake in the parking lot, because you got your break, you fuck up building, go to your car. Niggas in their car smoking weed all the fucking time. Somebody's always smoking weed in the parking lot on the job. Even though if they get caught, they can get drug tests, and you know how that go. But they're constantly smoking weed and drugged out. Why? Because when you go into drugs, your senses are dulled, and you're not all the way there, and they use that as a coping mechanism to deal with the pain they're going through. That's why they're into all this bullshit. And that's what our people have been doing. But our people are the one that's in pain. You heathen, your pain have just fucking started. But it says to proclaim the acceptable year of the Lord and the day of vengeance of our power, to comfort all that mourn. And it says what? To comfort all that mourn. Right? But let's keep reading for context, right? To point unto them that mourn in Zion, which is synonymous with what? Israel. To give unto them beauty for ashes, the oil of joy for mourning, the garment of praise for the spirit of heaviness, that they might be called the trees of righteousness, the planting of the Lord, that he might be glorified. And going down, talk about how we're going to have heathens as our slaves. Verse 7, for your shame you shall have double, for confusion they shall rejoice in their portion. Therefore, in their land they shall possess the double, everlasting joy shall be unto them. And once again, that our people are the one that's been going through all this shit, not you heathen. Sure, you may have your little things, but we're going to Psalm 83, I think it's 83 or 86. It mentions how all of the heathen ganged up on our people, even now. All of them. Psalms 83 and 3, they have taken crafty counsel against thy people and consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, come, let us cut them off for being a nation. Now what's that? Keeping different artifacts, these stones with Hebrew writing that's been found in you got that Lost Luna stone, the Native American stone that had Hebrew, Paleo Hebrew on it. You got Russia that got those dark skinned paintings from the Dark Ages. Moabite stone over there in well, I think what was it? What was it? I think that's somewhere in the U.S. But but you know they have these artifacts. They have proof of our history, who we really are. That the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance, for they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against the tabernacles of Edom. At the top of the list, and the Ishmaelites of Moab and the Hagarenes, Gebal and Ammon, Amalek, Philistines with the inhabitants of Tyre, Ashur is also drawn to them. They have hope in the children of Lot Salah. And what everybody, the entire, and there's scripture talk about how no nation on this earth has been through what we've been through. We went under heathen nation after captivity after captivity after captivity after captivity. And what will really spark this was seeing this elderly Jake chick woman walking with a walker. And once again, it's nothing new. But like that is fucked up. Because I'm pretty sure you got a lot of these Jakes, elderly Jakes, that spend their entire lives working until they quite literally can't work anymore. And then, you know, I'm not sure how the whole government assistance thing go for them. But girl didn't have a car. I'm not sure if she had family or whatnot. But and even with when you go into how Esau treats his own people, pretty much it's a dog eat dog world. Which, once again, that's not how shit is supposed to be run. You're supposed to have respect for the elderly of your nation. But the so-called white man says, fuck that. And even more so when it comes to our people. But this is one of the reasons why this shit, you know, once again, liberty to the captives. This is one of the things that we preach about. You know, what I'm going to get there, and this is going to be it. John 8:32. And you shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free. First spiritually and mentally, and then Yahweh Shai is going to come back and physically free us from our slavery, from our captivity. You may be able to make money, but that doesn't mean you're not still in captivity. You just have a little bit more freedom and a little bit of leeway to move in your captivity. That doesn't mean you're free. But that was pretty much it. I hope it's fancy. All praises, glory, and honor, how Bashim Mashah, Bashim Gakadash. The Bible says, Apostle teacher, great Messiah, following the truth, show on to hope like Israel, instruction, battle on great America.